I'm going to tell you the only joke I know. I'll tell you at the end of the video. I have just picked up these things from my machinist. Now these are zipper pulls. They basically go on the end of like say you had a pencil case and you had a little bit of cord on it. Basically you can add, they would go on the end of the cord. It just makes it easier to zip up and unzip things. That's essentially what they were for. They're actually something I'm giving away for free as part of the titanium mechanical pencil project. People who upgraded their pledge, they pledged more on that Kickstarter project, and they got like a pencil case, and I'm throwing those in for free, a little titanium zipper pull. So I'm going to be tumbling those tomorrow. Thought I'd show you them just now. I've talked about this machine here a few times. It's the sander that I imported from America that, you know, it's not what I thought it was. It's second hand. You know, since then I've decided I don't buy second-hand machinery for a whole host of reasons, which I have shared before and will share again in another video. But I've decided, as of yesterday, that I'm just going to sell it. I'm going to see what I can get for it and just let it go. Now the reason for that was I recently ordered a small sheet of titanium from a supplier that I've not used before. I have a few suppliers, always good to have more than one. I think there's a saying in like the SAS or the Marines or something, like 2 is 1 and 1 is none, and that's like so true. I've got like 2 of everything, bank accounts, PayPal accounts, just like everything. Anyway, so the sheet I got through from China was like an excellent surface finish. Like I went like 2 or 3 years just struggling to get a good, not 2 or 3 years, okay, 1 year maybe, trying to get a good surface finish on the titanium, and sometimes we'd have to spend like 2 hours just for this little, you know, 12-inch by 12-inch sheet of titanium. You know, we spend an hour or two just getting the surface sorted, and like that's what this machine was meant to do. And now that I've got, you know, at least 2 suppliers that can give me excellent surface finish, you know, whether it's 1 mil, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mil, whatever, great surface finish. And so this machine is now redundant. Well, it's redundant anyway, it doesn't work. Well, it kind of works, it needs a part, and yeah, anyway, I'm writing it off as a learning experience. An expensive learning experience, but a learning experience nonetheless. So you want to see my camera setup and how I talk to you? No problem. There you go. That's it. A Canon 80D with a wide angle lens and a Rode microphone, RODE, and also a Manfrotto tripod. Right, upstairs in the new workshop, because I want to discuss something very quickly with you. It's a little psychological thing that could be very helpful if you're not aware of it already. It may seem that skills that are very close together should be transferable, but they're not. For instance, I talk to you in front of the camera. I have absolutely no anxiety or nervousness about it. I never have. Sort of ever, you know, I've always, you know, and I don't understand how people are nervous in front of a camera. It's just an object. I can see how people are nervous in front of people, but not in front of a camera, which is weird, but that's fine. But I've never been able to say, talk in front of a crowd of people, even like 5. I can now. Like 3 years ago I started going to Toastmasters, you know, the sort of public speaking group, and you know, I went every 2 weeks for 3 years, and I still kind of go, like I don't go as much as I should, but that's basically because I went from not being able to talk in front of anyone, you know, being like, when I went up and talked with them for like, at the club for like 1 minute, it was like a car crash, it was horrendous, but most people are like that when they start. But now, you know, I can talk in front of a crowd of people. I've not been tested like in a big crowd, but the nervousness has kind of gone for the most part. But it's interesting how those skills are You'd think they'd be close, but they're like a mile apart. Here's another better example. For instance, like, I can't remember a joke. Like, I know one joke. Of all the thousands of jokes I've heard throughout my life, like knock knock, whatever, like, you know, what you call a something something, you know, I cannot remember a joke at all. Nothing. But, you know, I watch a lot of comedy and comedy shows, stand-up comedians, and I can remember big chunks of their shows, or big chunks of like sitcom comedies. I can give you like a 10-minute to and fro between two people having a conversation, like if I've seen it, you know, a few times, but I can't remember a joke. So you'd think those were very closely related, but no, like they seem related, but they're like a mile apart. I don't know what it is, but you know, life is full of these things. This a skill set where you think it's close, where, you know, remembering a joke or remembering a comedy scene in a sitcom, they seem like almost identical, but no, they're like, the skill set to say memorize them, for instance, is, you know, they're a world apart. I'm sure there's other examples. Do you have any examples? So the only joke I can remember, here it is. I'm not very good at telling jokes, by the way. I took the shell off my pet racing snail because I thought it would make it go faster, but it just made it more sluggish. It's the only joke I know.